Bookity book book book. Bookity book, Marco from Bookity book, back for another book review. Once again, Gaiman. This book takes place in the same universe as American Gods, the American Gods universe. Yes, it's Anansi Boys. Anansi Boys. Now, you don't really have to have read American Gods to understand Anansi Boys. Just says one character and one reference, sort of. You can sort of call it a reference to American Gods, which is to do with coffee, believe it or not. In American Gods, one of Azoria's sisters tells the main character, Shadow, that over here they take their coffee black as night, sweet as sin. And in the Anansi Boys, I'm just gonna say Spider says to Fat Charlie he likes his coffee black as night, sweet as sin. Now Spider's upbringing and background and stuff is for the most part clouded in mystery. Like, you don't know what's, for the most part, even if you have read the whole book, you don't know how he grew up, where he grew up, all that stuff's just a mystery. So this kind of gives us a little clue that he might have spent some time with his Azoria's sisters and the Eastern European gods in that apartment, which is that it's in American Gods anyway. Yeah, so that's basically what it shares. It shares the one character, Mr. Nancy, and he doesn't even take a really big part of this book up. Like, he's not even one of the main characters, and in that reference. Now, this book has a much better flow. Like, remember, I complained about American Gods' flow not being as 100%. Now, in Anansi Boys, the flow is excellent. It flows like a stream. It flows like a peaceful stream. Some action in between, but the reading is easy reading. It's fun reading. It's a pleasure reading. Yeah. So this shows me that from American Gods to Anansi Boys, Neil Gaiman evolved as writer, learned to be as no disrespect to American Gods. I still love American Gods, but learned to be a better writer. Not that he wasn't a good writer already, but now it's like Anansi Boys was excellent for me. So he has really grown as a writer and got a new writing style. It's still the same writing style. It's just improved. It's like Neil Gaiman 2.0. I still love American Gods, as I said, but in my opinion, Anansi Boys is the better book. It is the superior book, even though it's shorter and so on. It's the better book in my opinion. Now, I can't really back that up 100% because I haven't read the Author's Preferred Text, which is now the standard version of American Gods. So I can't 100% back that up. But I read the normal text, and that compared to Anansi Boys, Anansi Boys is way better. Now, as I said, follows the story of the late Mr. Nancy's son, or Anansi, the trickster spider god. He's a character in American Gods, that's why it's related to American Gods. It follows his sons and a couple of other characters, but they're not as important as these two sons of his. It's set mainly in London area, but also there's Florida and there's Caribbean and a fantastical world or two in between, and dreams. Like, I know Gaiman makes use of dreams a lot. Take place in dreams as well, and on planes and stuff. So that's pretty much the places it takes place. Now things get revealed, stories get told in stories, and it's like this web. That's how I would describe it. It's this web where each strand is a specific character's part, and they all form this one very good story. and ultimately has a very satisfying ending. The only thing I don't like about the ending is that it ends. Now, it's not because it has a lack of anything or whatever, simply because I loved it so much. I just wanted it to keep carrying on. Maybe bring out another book, Gaiman. Come on, give us more, give us more, give us more Fat Charlie and Spider. Give us more. Come on, please. I would recommend this book to everyone who likes fantasy. Like, even if you like the medieval European fantasies, read this. If you don't like fantasy, or maybe not if you don't like fantasy, but if you have nothing against fantasy but you prefer reading crime or sci-fi, just read this. It's just that good. You will like it. You will like it. I will even say it's this is kind of hard for me to say. After years and years of The Painted by Man being my favorite book of all time, Anansi Boys has grabbed the crown and jumped on the throne and said, I'm your favorite now. And I agree with him. I agree with it. Anansi Boys is now my favorite book. And of course, knowing me, I just had to buy the illustrated edition. And like the American Gods illustrated edition, let me just find an abstract picture. Oh, there's one. It has these abstract pictures, which, if you read the book and the abstract pictures have some sort of context towards the book, but it's not 100% like in some books where the picture is actually a picture of what's really happening right now. It's this abstract way of presenting what's happening. Anyway, guys, that's my opinion on Anansi Boys. Keep reading, and I'll see you on the next one. And stay tuned for another book review on Bookity book review done by me. Or maybe, if we're lucky, someone else will come on here. Anyway, that's enough from me. Keep reading, guys. I'll see you soon.